What's happening, my people? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, before I get started, let me give my usual shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people that just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a channel or a podcast, anything like that. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Welcome to another episode of Cat Sports, the Box Storyon. This is the Wednesday afternoon edition. How is everybody doing this Wednesday afternoon? This is Remo. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. Hashtag JBT. It's Wednesday. We must have had a hashtag Let's Talk Fashion this morning. All right, I caught it. Hope everybody did. Another good show. And it's still out there if you didn't catch it. Okay. Remo interviewed the power behind richthreads.com this morning. You don't want to miss that. But salute to Remo on this hump day, Wednesday afternoon. Now today, the week goes downhill, straight to the weekend. And the two boxing cards. But we got one tonight first. Pro Box. Okay. Yep. From Plant City, Florida. Always at the White Sands Event Center in Plant City, Florida. Yep. Today I'm going to be talking about I'm going to give you a little preview on the Pro Box. The three top fights on the main card. And then I'm going to be talking about the Featherweight division today. Little history. As usual, profile 10 former stars that campaigned in the division. Okay. And I gotta have some breaking news when I get a few more people in here. Well, I'll break it now. Remo's in here. Some boy is listening. The inaugural Cat Sports History Test has an official date. Wednesday, March 6th. That's 1 week from today. Okay. 20 questions. Whoever answers the most questions correctly will be the winner. And there is a prize, a nice prize for the winner. Okay. There's Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. Salute Miss Cass. But the inaugural Cat Sports History Test, contest, whatever you want to call it, is next Wednesday, March 6th. And there's only one requirement. To be a participant in the contest, you have to have been in at least 10 of my lives. That ain't many, but you just can't come in on the first one and win the prize, So, have to have been in at least 10 of them. And I know, because, I do the roll call at the end of each one. So, most people coming here have been in all of them. So, yeah. But it's only fair, Oh, you think Ed got it, Remo? Every question will be on something that I've said in the live. And it's going to be 4 sections. 5 questions apiece. There's going to be a section on promotional companies / sanctioning bodies. 5 questions. Then there's going to be a section on the 4 Kings. 5 questions on the 4 Kings. I'm a 4 Kings expert, by the way. I can't win those. It would be something if I win. And then we got a section on the 1900s through 1959. Okay. Then the final section, 5 questions, will be on 1960 through 1999. I very rarely go up into the 2000s because, that's only like 25 years ago, and that's not history. So 99 on back, that's what I consider history. But the contest is next Wednesday, March 6th. Yeah. 2 o'clock. 20 questions. And if we're tied after 20 questions, that's 5 bonus questions. Gonna be a winner. Remo says Anne McQueen has it in the bag. Not necessarily. Remo, you've been in here faithfully. Don't be surprised what kind of answers you can come up with. I wouldn't be surprised if Remo won it. Wouldn't be surprised at all. Nope. But just a little contest and then a prize, just to show a little loyalty to my loyal people that sit here every day, keeping the show alive. Because you're not only as good as your supporters, And I have super great supporters, so yeah. The prize might be this old laptop I'm using that I get to keep me a new one. No, I wouldn't do that. People say, Cass keeps saying that. No. But yeah, that's when it is. We have a date. Prime Shane Mosley at Zab. Zab Judah, I would say Shane Mosley. Yeah. Shane Mosley. Definitely Shane Mosley. Yeah. Shane was pretty good in his prime. And if he would have caught Zab with that shot he caught Floyd with, I think it would have been over. The shot that, Shane, remember the shot Shane caught Floyd with it? Catches Zab with that. End of the night. Yeah. Who would you think, Remo, in that fight? Yeah, I would say Prime Shane would take Zab. But it would be a good fight. Zab was fast. He was about the only fighter that Floyd ever fought that was faster than him, Yeah. But that's a good question. That is a good question. Oh, okay. So you're going with Zab. Okay. Yeah. Well, I get that. Where's Shane from? California somewhere. California, right? I believe. Yeah. I think Shane is from the West Coast. Yeah, it always start about 2:30, but we're going to be talking about the featherweight division today. And that's Willie Pep on the thumbnail. He's probably not even no argument, the greatest featherweight ever. Willie Pep, yeah. Fought back in my era. Between him and Sweet Pea was the best defensive fighter ever. Willie Pep was like that. His first 134 fights, he was 133-1. Okay, won 133 out of his first 134 fights. Incredible. I'm gonna talk a little bit about Joe Louis's, that 25 fight successful title defense streak he had. That's the record. That was an incredible streak. I dug into it a little deeper this morning, and not just the 25 title defenses. It was incredible, man. When we talking greatest to Muhammad Ali, we need to rethink that, man. That was some greatest type stuff Joe Louis did. Everybody will be coming in though. Got Remo and Miss Cass. Both hashtag JBTs. Old school probably had to work today. Let's see some. Well, how's everybody doing this afternoon? This Wednesday? There's hardcore boxing news in the building. Let me see you come in, Jay. Salute. If you didn't hear, Jay, the inaugural CAS Sports History Test is next Wednesday, March 6th. The winner will be the one that answers the most questions correctly out of the 20. And it's going to be a nice prize for the winner. Next Wednesday, March 6th at 2 o'clock. 20 questions, 4 sections. There's the promotional company / sanctioning body, 5 questions. 5 questions on the 4 kings, and I'm a 4 kings expert. 5 questions from the 20s to the 50s, and the final 5 questions will be on the 60s through the 90s. Okay, everything will be something that I've talked about in one of my live streams, but have to have been in at least 10 too, because we can't have somebody coming from the outside that's been in 1 or 2 streams and win the prize, you know. So yeah. Everybody will qualify for it. Mostly. Probably be the regular people in here, you know. But Jay Hardcore in the building. Salute. And we're going to be talking about the salute Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. The featherweight division today. And let me talk about that Joe Louis streak right quick. That was just incredible. The 25 title defenses. And not just that, okay? Of those 25 defenses, 23 of them were stoppages, okay? 23 of them were stoppages, okay? And 15 of them were stoppages inside of 5 rounds, okay? 6 of them were first round stoppages. And 14 of them were just straight knockouts. I mean, not TKO, stopped by the referee or the corner or anything, just straight knockouts out for the count. And the man was fighting 4 or 5, you know how they fought 4, 5, 6 times a year back around that time. You know, while he was winning all these 25 defenses, you know. A couple times he fought back-to-back months. That's what I'm saying, you know, when you be talking to Muhammad Ali greatest, we need to rethink that, because this was greatest type stuff there, man. You know, we just talk about the 25 straight defenses, but I dug into it a little bit more, and that's just incredible. Bruce Gass in the building. Salute Bruce Gass. Boxing, Jazz, and more. That might be the winner right there. The inaugural CAS Sports History Test is next Wednesday, Bruce Gass, March 6th. 20 questions. Will be a prize for whoever answers the most questions. Wednesday, March 6th, a week from today, as a matter of fact. The CAS Sports the Boxtorian inaugural history test. Four sections, 5 questions on promotional companies, sanctioning bodies, 5 questions on the 4 kings, 5 on the 20s through the 50s, and 5 on the 60s through the 90s. Because back to like 2000, that's not history, that's just 20-something years, you know? That's the present, right? That's how I look at that. But yeah, that was incredible by Joe Louis, man. You know, not just 25 consecutive defenses, but 23 of them with stoppages, man. 15 of them inside of 5 rounds. 6 in the first round. Come on, that's greatest type stuff there, man. While fighting 4, 5, 6 times a year. Okay. Sometimes back-to-back months. Yeah. Incredible. That record will probably never be broken. Man was champion for an entire decade. No one's never did that before. I got all the questions already down too. Yeah. Did he put it in the chat yet? Meanwhile, I didn't see that. It's in the chat? Where? I will see it. Yeah, we got Pro Box tonight too. I'm gonna go over that in a few minutes. And the featherweight division. That's Willie Pep on the thumbnail. No argument to it. The best featherweight ever. Okay, ever. Willie Pep. Okay. We'll walk over any featherweight nowadays. Wouldn't be able to hit him. You think Sweet Pea was hard to hit? You should go back and watch some old Willie Pep, man. Remember I did my all-time top 10? Willie Pep was in the top 5, number 4. Only one I had in front of Willie Pep was Henry Armstrong, Muhammad Ali, and Sugar Ray Robinson. That's it. Willie Pep was right behind him. The will or the with? That's the division we're talking about today. And Willie Pep was just the greatest one ever. You know, I think. A lot of people, a lot of historians think that. But I'm not a historian. I'm a box historian. Okay? There's a difference. You got to ask Thomas Hill what the difference is because he gave me the name. But there's a difference. Ask Thomas Hill. He'll tell you. Yeah, we got people like Willie Pep and who else we got? Marco Antonio Barrera, whatever his name is. Prince Nassim Hamed, yeah. All of them came through featherweight. Yep. All of them boys came through featherweight. Vicente Saldivar, Bruce Gass, know about all these guys. Jim Driscoll. George Dixon. Johnny Kilbane. Salvatore Sanchez. And if he hadn't had that accident and he died, had his career cut short, Willie might have, I don't know, Willie might not be number one, and Salvatore would have had an entire career. Ooh, man. I could imagine that fight. That's a great fight there. Salvador Sanchez and Willie Pep. Oh my goodness. The featherweight. Oh my goodness. I can't call it. Probably Willie Pep. He would outpoint Salvador. It would be a good fight. Willie Pep and Salvador Sanchez. Yeah. You see Pedro Pedrosa? Let me see if I have him on here. Almost did, but no. No, I sure don't. Yeah, Bruce Gass. He's on here. I'm doing a profile on him. He is on here, Bruce. Yep. Eusebio Pedraza. He's on here, Bruce. He's coming up today. Yep. I got him. I got him on here. Yep, Salvador. Yeah, both of those. Salvador Sanchez and Eusebio. Yeah. But everybody, make sure you tune in next Wednesday at 2 for the contest. Be a little fun. Y'all ready for Pro Box tonight? And AJ and Nagano is already up on us. I remember when they were just talking about that fight. That's what, next Friday is here. See how fast time is going? It's here. And Amanda's this weekend and she's fighting 12 rounds. The WBC wouldn't sanction it, so Amanda gave them their belt back. More people should do that. Now, enough belts come back, they'll start sanctioning those 12-round fights for the women when those sanctioning fees slow down. You know, that's where you hit them in the pocket. Amanda and old Jake, I like old Jake Paul. He's a good promoter. Jake is. He's doing a good job for the women over there. Like Remo was saying yesterday, he might be the one that could get Clarissa and AB together. I'm partner, but I don't know. The weight is yeah, this might be too much weight between them two though, you know. Yeah. But that would be good to see. I would have Clarissa in that one. Clarissa won her what was it, mixed martial arts or something fight last weekend, didn't she? Yeah. I think she was over in Saudi Arabia. I saw the headline somewhere. Yeah, Danny Little Red Lopez. Bruce, I think I did him in super featherweight yesterday, I think. Let me check real quick. Oh, that's in the other book. I might have did Danny yesterday. Didn't he go to super featherweight, Bruce? I think I might have had Danny up there. Because I'm only doing each person once in one weight class. You know, yeah. Going on down through the weight divisions. Yeah. So let's get ready to talk about this pro box tonight. Just gonna talk about the main three fights. They usually have some local prospects, young guys. They don't be on the televised version. Yeah. Pro box. Yeah, but I was sleeping on pro box, and Ant McQueen and Thomas Morris put me down with it. I've been on it ever since for like about what 6-7 months now. Around what? September, October last year, they put me down with pro box. I've been on it, man. Yeah. Tino Bomac on there around December, had 2 fighters. Keyshawn's brother and another guy on the card. Never know what you might see on pro box. See some good action. Up and coming guys that's trying to make it, you know. Yeah. And good, well-matched fights, you know. Well-matched fights on pro box. Well-matched competitive fights. You'll see from what we got coming up tonight. Yeah. Always at the White Sands Event Center in Plant City, Florida. I don't even know what part of Florida that is. Plant City. Yeah, but that's where pro box comes from. Every other Wednesday. Yeah. Last time it was on a Friday. Somebody said it was because of Valentine's Day. It was on a Wednesday, but I don't know. But anyway, it was on a Friday. But you know, don't we have leap year this year? Every presidential year we had that 29th. I actually knew a guy that was born on leap year. So he was born the same year as me, but he's only like 17 because his birthday only comes once every 4 years. But most people born on leap year celebrates it on the 28th, you know. But yeah, this is leap year because I believe it's every presidential year, every presidential election year, yeah. So we turned 18 this year. Okay, let's talk about pro box real quick, and then we're gonna get into the featherweight division. Now we have I'm gonna talk about the 3 main cards, the 3 main fights, okay? But everybody doing okay this Wednesday afternoon, hump day, going on downhill after this. Choo-Choo is in the Willie Pep movie, Jay. I did not know that. Oh man, I never seen it. I gotta see that. I have to watch that movie. Bruce Gas told me about it before a while back, but I still haven't watched it. I did not know Choo-Choo was in it. Wow. One of the bright, young, up-and-coming featherweights. Choo-Choo looked good in his last outing. Was it Saturday? Yeah, just this past Saturday, I believe. Yeah. We got another card this Saturday too. Raymond Ford is going for his first title. I believe Raymond's at featherweight too, isn't he? I think it might be a good fight. One day, Raymond Ford and Choo-Choo. Yeah, that would be a good one. You drop the music down a notch. That might be a good one. Yeah, Raymond Ford and Choo-Choo. They both at featherweight. Raymond fights this weekend. I think he's a headliner. That's a pretty good card over there in Saudi Arabia next Friday too. Zilly Zhang on there against Joe Parker. Joe Parker riding high, coming off of that Wilder victory. Yeah. Joe up there in the clouds. But those Phillies ain't gonna bring him down out of them class. He ain't gonna be up there but for another week. But he coming down out of there next Friday when Zilly get them hands on him. Zilly gonna put hands on him. Yeah. Parker ain't got nothing coming in there against Zilly. Nah, I don't think. But you never know. It's boxing. But I don't think so. But okay, we got the main event is Justin Paldo versus Miguel Meduno. This is Pro Box tonight, right? Lightweights, 10 rounds. It's some kind of secondary title, the WBA North American Boxing Federation, something like that. Paulo has the title. Paldo. Now, Paldo is 17-1 with 8 knockouts out of Houston, Texas. Currently ranked number 14 in the WBA lightweight rankings. This is his third fight on Pro Box. Okay. His last fight was in November last year, and he stopped Jerry Perez in 3 rounds. Now, Meduno, 30 wins, 2 losses, 28 knockouts. That's a great knockout rate. Okay. Right there around 90. Yeah. Now, he's coming off a hard-fought unanimous decision loss to Canadian contender Steve Claggett. That was his last fight. Now, the stats suggest that Meduno has a massive power advantage over Paldo because Meduno boasts a 93% knockout rate to Paldo's 47%. Now, Paldo is an older fighter by 4 years at 29 years old. Both men fight out of the orthodox stance. Paldo is arguably the less experienced fighter between the two, despite turning pro 3 years earlier than Meduno in 2014. Now, Meduno's first fight was in 2017, 2 years and 7 months after Paldo's, but Meduno has 14 more fights and 27 more rounds. Okay. Now, Paldo is the favorite to win this one. Okay. But it shapes up to be a entertaining competitive strap between two fighters that are not used to losing because they have a total of 50 fights between them with just 3 losses. So this should be a good one. That's the main event. Justin Paldo against Miguel Meduno. Now the co-main event is Najee Lopez against Marcos Escudero. Now Lopez is 9-0, 8 knockouts. Hell of a knockout right there early in his career. 8 out of 9. 9 fights, 8 knockouts. Okay. Now Najee is from Georgia, and he turned pro in 2021. His last outing was a 3rd round knockout of Yurdo de Bester in December of last year. This will be Lopez's first scheduled 10-round fight. Okay. Now, Escudero is from Argentina. Okay. And he's currently fights out of Florida. Turned pro in 2017. His last fight was also a 3rd round knockout over Bruno Leonardo Rome in May 2023. And all I had to say about this fight is expect some fireworks early, as both fighters sport knockout rates over 90% respectively, and both were coming off of 3rd round knockouts in their last fight. So yeah, like some fireworks in this one. Get your popcorn and be ready before it starts. Mike Masick in the building. What's up, Mike Masick? Salute to Mike Masick. Back in the building every day. And the contest is next Wednesday, March 6th, Mike. That might be the winner right there. Mike Masick. He's in here every day, faithfully listening. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised at all if Mike Masick walks away with first place. But it's next Wednesday. Got to be a winner. If it's tied after 20, I got 5 bonus questions ready to go. Selby should get some Pro Box bump. Yeah, Remo. because they make good matchmakers over there. It's never no going there, knowing who's gonna win, never over there on Pro Box. But I'm saying this fight I just talked about, man, those are two knockout artists. Both of them have knockout rates over 90%, and they both coming off a third round knockouts. They'll be sitting down when this one starts. That's the second. Well, I don't know what order it's the co-main next to the last fight. And then the third fight is Inbatar Gardina-Bat. They got to get me on somebody's name. Just can't have three good names like John Smith, Joe Brown, Inbatar Gardina-Bat. Something like that. Versus Muhammad Toma Oro. Look him up. Gardina-Bat is 8-0 with 4 knockouts. He's from Mongolia. Currently fights out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Turned pro in 2017. His last fight was the 8th round TKO over Johan Vasquez. And that was last year. Okay. And then his opponent, oh boy, Suma Oro, he's 14-2 with 6 knockouts. He was born in Ghana. Ghana, whatever it is. I used to be able to pronounce that. And he now resides in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Okay. He turned pro in 2017. And he's coming off a TKO loss. TKO loss in his last fight. Okay. That was in September of last year. Now we're going to take a look into the past at the Featherweight division. Enjoy the Pro Box tonight. I'll talk about what happened tomorrow. Okay. Featherweight division. Now look into the past. Featherweight. Like that's Willie Pep on the thumbnail, by the way. Greatest featherweight ever. Not even arguable. Okay. Now, a featherweight boxer weighs at a limit of 126 pounds. Now he has to weigh that at the weigh-in. Now, by the next day, he can weigh whatever he wants. But, like I was saying the other day, they should weigh in right before the ring walk, right? Weigh in, walk your butt down there and get in the ring, okay? Don't have no day to put on 26 pounds. Fighting for the 126 title, but you weigh in 150. Fighting that junior middleweight or something. That's not fair, man. And nobody fights in their weight class, but heavyweight, because they don't have a limit. But any other weight class, they never fight at, But what you gonna do? That's how it is, that's how it's gonna be. But we love it. It's our sport and we love it. We complain about it, but we love it. Now, in the early days of the division, this limit fluctuated. Now, the British have generally always recognized the limit at 126, but in America, the weight limit was at first 114 pounds, right? An early champion, George Dixon, moved the limit to 120. How are you gonna move the limit? Wow. Fighter moved the limit to 120, and then 122 pounds. Finally, in 1920, the United States fixed the limit at 126. Like the British had it, okay? And that's where it's been ever since, 126. Lonnie Lee in the building. What's up, Lonnie Lee? Good afternoon. How are you? Welcome to another episode of Cast Sports, the Boxtorian. Not the historian, the Boxtorian. Let's salute to Lonnie Lee. They made it through hump day. It's all downhill from now, Lonnie. And that's Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT, by the way. And get ready for the contest next week, March 6th, Lonnie. Remember I was telling you about the Cast Sports History Test? Next week. 20 questions. You've been in all of my lives. That might be the winner right there, Lonnie Lee. He's in here faithfully listening. Could be him. Wouldn't surprise me. But good afternoon, Lonnie. Now, where was I? Okay, yeah, the United States finally in 1920 made the limit 126, like the British had always had it, Now, the 1826 fight between Narby Clark and Jim Elliott is sometimes called the first featherweight championship. Okay. Now, however, the division only gained wide acceptance in 1889 after the Ike Ware Frank Murphy fight. And that's one of the most famous fights of all time in 1989. Okay. That's when everybody really started looking at the 126 division. Now, since the end of the 2000s and the early 2010s, okay, the featherweight division has been one of the most active divisions in boxing, okay, with fighters like Orlando Salido, Chris John, Juan Manuel Lopez, Celestino Caballero, Yuriokis Gamboa, Elio Rojas, Israel Vasquez. Yeah, they all came through here 126. Cristobal Cruz, Rafael Marquez, Rocky Juarez, Stephen Luvano, Nassim Hamed, Marco Antonio Barrera, and the Pac-Man himself, Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, Manny came from way down there. What was it, like 108 or something? Manny's been through all of them almost. Now let's take a look at the current champions before we start, okay? At 126. Now the WBA is vacant. Ray Vargas has the WBC, and I believe he's fighting somebody. Is it this weekend or next weekend? I think he might be on a Randy Serrano card, fighting Nick Ball. I think it might be certain. He's putting the WBA up. Is it this weekend or next weekend? IBF is Luis Alberto Lopez. He's on one of these cards too, I think. Yeah. And Rafael Espinoza, who just took that a few months ago from Robisi. Yeah. They tried to cheat Rafael. They was all huddled up, holding the cards back, talking about because it was in Florida, right, for the WBO, and they said the Florida State Athletic Commission is discussing something with the WBO. What are they discussing? But what saved Rafael, he got that knockdown in the 12th round. He didn't need that. I thought he won anyway, but if he hadn't got that knockdown in the 12th round, it would have took it. It would have took it and gave it back to Robisi, but Rafael clearly beat him. Big, tall guy, man. And he used that height and reach perfectly. Robisi couldn't do nothing with it, man. He stayed right there in that range where he could touch Robisi. Robisi couldn't touch him for a large part of the fight. He used that height and reach perfectly, man. Great fight. I would like to see him run it back, though. Yeah. I would love to see him run it back. You know, because Robisi was the champion. He gave him the shot. He deserves a rematch. Yeah. Now, the current rankings right quick. Then we're going to get started on the profiles. Current rankings is, for the champion is vacant. This is ring. You go through most of the classes. Most of their champions are vacant. Now, number 1 is Mauricio Lara. 2 is Ray Vargas. Ring Magazine rankings, not Cast Sports. 3 is Luis Alberto Lopez. 4 is Brandon Figueroa. 5 is Robisi Ramirez. Ooh, Robisi dropped far. Number 5. 6 is Mark Maxello. Where is he at? He won that title from Gary, then he lost it and haven't been back in it since. It's been like a couple years, ain't it? Like 2022 or something, yeah. 2024. 7 is Laywood. I probably would have had Lay a little higher, yeah. At least in front of Mark Maxello, yeah. 8 is Josh Warrington. 9 is Michael Conlon, and 10 is Raya Abe, yeah. That's about right, them final 3. Yeah, but I would have had Laywood up a little further. At least in front of Mark Maxello. Yeah. Now, let's get the profiling our 10 stars for today. Okay. Oh yeah, I got pictures too. Yeah, I almost forgot. Let me get my pictures set up first. Move my note out the way. Well, you stay right there, notes. I'm gonna need you. Okay. Got this old big notebook. I had a little half a notebook, but I ran out of paper. I got to get to the store and buy another small one. I'm doing so much. Okay, now, let me get my pictures set up. Don't want me to turn the music off and sing? You know, hey. It's up to y'all. I can blow now. Hmm. Okay, let me see. Just try to kill time. Now, if the whole thing just goes off, I done messed up. Okay, but I'll be back. All right, I'll be back. Okay. I didn't even have my ring in the background today. I didn't even notice that. Wow, man. Why didn't somebody say something? Hmm. Real quick, just so y'all can see it. There it is. Didn't have it back there. Okay. Okay, the first person, like I said, is Willie Pep, the greatest featherweight fighter ever. Okay? And that's not arguable. There's Willie right there. I think that's Willie Pep. Yeah. Yeah, that's Willie Pep. Well, let me get that out the way. That comment. Hey, I'm jumping around like I'm an expert. Keep bragging, Cass, and then the thing go blank. You're gonna get what you deserve up there bragging. I didn't mean to show. Oh, well, yeah, Mike. I didn't, yeah, show Mike's comment, but I meant to have no comment up. Just leave the comment there, Cass. Okay. But everybody doing all right this afternoon now? I got an old school's comment. There we go. Okay, Willie Pep. Old school in the building. I didn't see you come in, old school. Hey, old school, the contest is next Wednesday, March 6th. Okay. The inaugural Cass Sports History Contest is next Wednesday, March 6th. Okay. You might want to be aboard because there's a nice prize. Something you could really use on the line. The prize will be revealed the day of the contest. I think I might have already said it. I'm not going to say it again until Wednesday. But that's Willie Pep right there. Did I say he was the greatest featherweight ever? Yeah. Now, he fought from 1940 to 1966, 26-year career. Okay. Now, he finished his career with a record of 229 wins. Well, he had 41 fights. He had 229 wins, 11 losses, and 1 draw, with 65 knockouts. At one point, Willie was 133 wins, 1 loss. Okay. At one point. Okay. I had a little speech I was going to give before I start. I'm still going to give it. Today is hump day. Bear with me for a second. Leave Willie up there. I can't find it. Here it is. Here it is. Now, as with all the classic traditional weight divisions in boxing, featherweight has a rich and storied tradition. And this list of 10 former fighters coming up, their campaign in the division is deep and talented. However, we're talking about the best ever fighter at the featherweight division. It's a pretty clear-cut choice, much easier to decide than any other division. The guy I'm talking about will be the first one profiled today. Okay, that's the will or the wisp. Willie Pep. All right. D for the win in the building. What's up, D for the win? Salute. How you doing today? Good to see you. We are down to the featherweight division, starting up with Willie Pep. Very fittingly because he's the best, greatest featherweight ever. Get a long list of great featherweights. Featherweight was a great division. They all came through there. Oscar, Floyd. No, was Floyd ever down that low? I'm not sure. But did Floyd start at 130? Not sure. I know Oscar. No, Manny was down there. Manny been everywhere. So it's safe to say Manny, any division you're talking about, you can safely say Manny was in it. He's been in 8. Amanda Serrano been in 7 though. Okay, now Willie Pep. No argument here on the universally recognized top featherweight of all time. I think I said that. Now one could go with a different pick, but it just wouldn't hold any water. Called itself the Will of the Wisp. He was one of a kind, absolute genius in the ring. Now, by the time he dropped the belt to the number 2 man on this list, he lost to Sandy Sadler. Okay, he was 134-1 at that time. Out of 135 fights, he had won 134. Toji's final record was 229 wins, 11 losses, and 1 draw. And that's amazing. Now, they say that he took several dives, okay? And he fought well past beyond his prime. That's where, and he still only lost 11, okay? Now, he won his first title in 1942 at 20 years old. And from 1942 to 1948, nobody could touch him. Okay. Now he slowed down a little bit. He was in a plane crash in 1947. That caused one of his losses to Sandy Sadler. They had 4 fights. Sadler won 3 of them. And Sadler was one of the most fearsome featherweights of all time. But in the 1949 fight of the year, that was the only one that Pep won of the series. Okay. Nope, I ain't going back and forth with him, Jay. Old school says Willie Pep was the man back in the day. And remember correctly, he didn't have much power. Went on skills alone. One of the best defensive fighters ever, old school. If it's not him, it's Sweet Pea. Between him and Sweet Pea, one of the best defensive fighters ever. Okay. Yeah, but he was in a plane crash in 47, and his skills went down some. Plus, he was aging too. But he gave his best performance in that fight against Sadler in 49, fight of the year. That was the only one of the 3 that he won. Okay. Then after he defended it 3 times, then he lost it back to Sadler again. And perhaps the most naturally gifted defensive fighter ever. He fought until 1966 with mixed results. Okay. Probably should have been out of the ring well before then. But he still was a beautiful thing to watch. Okay. Greatest of all 126 pounders. And one of the best ever in the history of the sport, Willie Pep. Okay. Where's my pen at? The Will of the Wisp. Willie Pep. But everybody please be here next Wednesday for the contest. Okay. At number 2 is Abe Attell. Let me get Abe up there. A lot of these guys. Wait a minute. Yeah, a lot of these guys come from back in the day. I love the era of the 20s, 30s back in there. Now the test's going to have 4 sections for the people that just came in. We're going to have a section on promotional companies and sanctioning bodies. That's going to be 1 section. Everything is history and something that I went over in the chat. Okay. And the second section is going to be on the 4 kings. Okay. That's 8 right there. The third section will be on 1920s, 1900 through 1950s. And the fourth section would be 1960 through the 1990s. As far as I mostly come on my show is up through the 90s. I don't talk too much about 2000 on up. That's not history. Okay. But 5 questions in each section. But that's next Wednesday at 2 o'clock, March 6th, yeah. Okay. And that is Abe Attell. And bear with me for a minute. There we go. Everybody all right this Wednesday hump day afternoon? Now, Abe Attell fought from 1900 to 1917, right in my era, 17 years. Okay, he finished up with a record of, by the way, Willie Pratt was from Rocky Hill, Connecticut. Abe Attell finished up with a record of 72 wins, 9 losses, 19 knockouts. 19 draws. That's a lot of draws. I thought it was knockouts. 19 draws. That's crazy. Okay. 38 knockouts. And he was from San Francisco, California. Okay. Abe Attell. Called himself the Little Hebrew. The Little Hebrew. Okay. He ruled the featherweight division from 1903 to 1912. And he was cagey, good boxer, but he could bring the power when he needed to. Okay, like I said, he had 53 knockouts. Yeah. Abe Attell. Yeah, he could bring the power when he needed it. I'm on the right person. Okay, yeah, Abe Attell. Right, he had 91 wins with 53 knockouts. And he was only 18 years old when he turned pro. Okay, and he fought George Dixon, another top 10 featherweight, to a pair of draws, and he beat him in 1903 to claim his first featherweight title. And he held it for the next decade. Okay. Even lightweight greats like Battling Nelson, Ad Wolfgas couldn't beat him. Now there are some kind of shady results on his record. Okay. But he had some good wins on there too. Okay. And a nearly decade-long run as champion make him one of the best to do it at featherweight. Abe Attell. I was talking about Willie and reading somebody else's record. Abe and reading somebody else's record. I'm sorry. Now next is Salvador Sanchez. Okay. Salvador. His career was cut short by a car accident. Fatal car accident in the early 80s. Salvatore, yeah. Oh, Don King in the background. Yeah. See Don? You can tell Don King by the hairdo. You gotta keep track of the chat. There's Miss Cass with the pink hand. BN Boxing News in the building. What's up, BN Boxing News? Salute. Okay. The contest is Wednesday, March 6th, BN Boxing News that I've been talking about. Okay. 2 o'clock, Wednesday, March 6th. The Cass Sports History Contest. History Test Contest is next Wednesday, March 6th. Okay. 20 questions on things that I've covered in this is my 104th live stream, by the way. Now, Salvador Sanchez fought from 1975 to 1982. Okay. Now, he had 46 fights in that time. 44 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. 32 knockouts. Of course, he was from Mexico. Okay. Salvador Sanchez. Bear with me for a second. Okay, yeah, 1975, 1982. Now, like I said, he died in a tragic car wreck at 23 years old. There's no telling what he could have accomplished in boxing, okay? If not for that. Wow. One of them things. What if, man? Nevertheless, he still accomplished a lot, okay? He turned pro at 16 years old. And like I said, in those 7 years, he came up with 44 wins. That's one loss. 32 of them knockouts. Just over 7 years in the game. His only loss was at 18 years old. Okay. Remember, he turned pro at 16. So, it's kind of like an asterisk by that. He still should have probably been an amateur then. Eventually matured into the featherweight division, and that's where he gained his prominence set. Knocked out, that's who Bruce was talking about, Danny Lopez. Salvatore knocked him out. Danny was bad as Bruce Gas brought him out. Okay, Salvatore stopped him twice. He successfully defended against 47-1 Ruben Castillo, unbeaten Patrick Ford, and Juan Laporte. And this was the fight here. Unbeaten Hall of Famer Wilfredo Gomez. That fight is called the official beginning of the Puerto Rico-Mexico rivalry. Wilfredo Gomez from Puerto Rico, Salvador Sanchez from Mexico. Yeah. Thought by some to be the official beginning of that, that rivalry between Puerto Rico and Mexico was that fight right there. Good fight. Salvador stopped him in the 8th round. But good fight. I've seen it a few times. Yeah, that is a good fight if you want to watch a good fight. Salvador Sanchez versus Wilfredo Gomez. He stopped Azuma Nelson in the 15th round in his final fight before the tragedy happened. Yeah, that was his last fight, Azuma Nelson. And get this, he got 4 wins over Hall of Famers, all by knockout. Salvador Sanchez. No telling how great he could have been if not for that tragic accident he had at 23 years old. Okay, next up is Johnny Kilbane. There's Johnny. Okay. Johnny Kilbane. This is history, okay. So you're not gonna see no featherweights like Will BC and Leo Santa Cruz and none of them guys. This is history. Now, if I still got my channel 40 years from now and they retire, you might see Canelo and Tank and all them guys getting profiled. Because they'll be the old former guys then. But now, this is for the old. This is past sports, the boxtorian. Okay, not the historian, the boxtorian. There's a difference. And I told you, if you want to know the difference, ask Thomas Hill because he gave me the nickname. Okay. Now, Johnny Kilbane is next. There's Johnny right there. But everybody doing okay this Wednesday hump day afternoon? All downhill for the work week now. Yep. Anybody else came in? There's Miss Cass with the pink hand again. BN Boxing News. I salute the BN Boxing News. Everybody keep in mind the inaugural Cass Sports History Contest next week. Big prize. Big prize. The winner just gonna have to email their address to me. I'm not one of them people that be threatening to come to your house and kill you and stuff like some of these people on YouTube. So you can safely. Your address to be safe with me. Yeah, one time a guy told the guy, that's why I started just going in JBT chats, man. J Hardcore, The Rise, and Just Do. Casual Corner, BN Boxing News. Remo. I was in a chat one time, the guy told the guy, I will pay your plane fare to my city, whip your ass, and pay your plane fare back home. Now, he must want to whip that guy's ass bad. I ain't won't get that mad at nobody. God damn, I'm gonna play a round trip plane fare to my city just to beat them up and send them back home. That's what he told them. They was up on the panel arguing. I was like, damn, let me get out of here. But Johnny Kilbane is next. Okay. Now Johnny fought for 16 years, from 1907 to 1923. And we are on number 4, that's all. Yeah. 1907 to 1923, Johnny. And Johnny is from Panama. And they were Roberto Duran, one of the 4 kings. That might be a question. 3, 4 kings are American. Where's the only non-American? What country is the only non-American 4 king from? Yeah. But I got the questions already. Now, Johnny Kilbane, he had 48 fights, 49. He had 41 wins. No, Johnny had 48 wins, 6 losses, 7 draws, and 24 knockouts. 7. They had a lot of draws back in that period. I don't understand why. I know they fought a lot, but still. Wait till I'm gonna come to this one guy, and wait till you see his draws. 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 It's gonna be amazing. Okay. Johnny from Panama, yeah. Now he's a very overlooked fighter. Johnny was. Wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong person. Johnny is from Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, the next guy's from Panama. Now he was very overlooked. Okay. Now he ruled the featherweight division for 11 years, from 1912 to 1923, and you don't hear that much about him. Okay. Ant McQueen is in the building. Okay. Ant McQueen, you haven't been listening. The CAD Sports inaugural history contest is next Wednesday, March 6th at 2 o'clock. Got to be a winner. 20 questions. And if it's tied at the 20, I got some bonus questions. There will be a winner. By the time I go up the air next Wednesday, there will be a winner with a nice, beautiful prize on the way to their home. Well, probably the next day. I might keep the prize and give y'all the old one. No, I wouldn't do nothing like that. But salute to Ant McQueen. Okay. Johnny Kilbane. Now, he was very overlooked. You don't hear too much about him. He ruled the featherweight division for 11 years, from 1912 to 1923. Okay. Now, he lost to Abe Attell, another good featherweight on the list, but he got revenge. He took Attell's title in 1912. He had defenses against Jimmy Walsh, Johnny Dundee. He beat future lightweight champion Rocky Kansas in 1915. Told you he ruled from 1912 to 1923, 11 years. In the same year, he got a decision against lightweight legend Benny Leonard. Okay, he beat Benny Leonard. Y'all know about Benny Leonard. I done mentioned him enough in here. Benny Leonard was in my all-time top 10. Like, I think he was number 10. I profiled him the other day. You know, I do a lot of guys in this era. I'm sorry. I just love this era for some reason. And after he got another decision over guy named K.O. Chaney, he beat another Hall of Famer, Freddie Welsh. I profiled Freddie the other day. Now he's getting old. After over a decade as champion, he lost his belt to Eugene Cricky in 1923. Okay, Johnny Kilbane, but he had an 11-year run. Okay, now, this is the guy Bruce was talking about coming up now. Eusebio Pedraza, bad boy there, man. Yeah, he's the one from Panama. I was looking at Johnny Kilbane and reading Eusebio's information. Well, there's Eusebio. I think that's him. Yeah, that's Eusebio Pedraza right there. on the left, the darker one. Okay, the darker one with the fro, with the little fro. That's Eusebio. Okay. Now he had a 19-year career from 1973, 1992. He was more toward this current era. So yeah, I do some guys from nowadays. See? Eusebio fought from 1973 to 1992. I'm getting these records mixed up. Now this is Eusebio here. He had 41 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, and had 1 no contest. 25 by way of knockout. He was from Panama, okay? Eusebio was from Panama. Now in 1976, you would have never thought he would have been a champion because he got stopped in 2 rounds by Alfonso Zamora. In his next fight, he got knocked out by Oscar Arnold. Then he went on a 3-win winning streak and won the WBO Featherweight Championship after stopping Cecilio Lastra. That was in 1978. He set the record for featherweight title defenses with 19, okay? Mostly against very solid competition. His gas tank was off the charts, okay? Very gifted boxer. Punishing puncher, power in both hands. Knocked out Ruben Olivares. He was a traveling champion. He traveled all over the place, all over the globe, taking on people. Rocky Lockridge. Other high quality wins included, well, he split with Rocky Lockridge, which included Patrick Ford, Juan Laporte, Bernard Taylor. Who y'all heard of these guys? Be all the way until 1985 before he lost again. He lost his belt to Barry McGuigan. Okay? Barry McGuigan. But he fought on until 1992. That's the guy Bruce Gass was talking about, Eusebio Pedraza. Okay? Next up, Eusebio is Vicente Saldivar. Vicente Saldivar. That's Eusebio. That's Vicente. I gotta come down some. But that is Vicente. Right there. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. My arrow had disappeared, but it's back. All right. Thank you, Earl. I needed you. Okay, Vicente Saldivar is next. Now, Vicente is from Mexico, okay? And he fought 12 years. 1961 to 1973. 40 fights. 37 wins, 3 losses. 26 by way of knockout. Right? So he was from Mexico. Vicente Saldivar. Okay, moving along nicely. Okay. Where is Vicente? Here we go. Now he was a craftsman. Turned pro in 61. Quickly began moving up the charts. Okay. Thinking fighter. Yet he still was aggressive too. Okay. Had an aggressive, passionate style. He began serving notice when he beat Ismael Laguna in 1964. In his next fight, he took the WBC and WBA titles from Sugar Ramos. Defended against Raul Rojas, Howard Winstone 3 times. Beat tough Japanese fighter Mitsunori Seika. Beat him 3 times too. Then all of a sudden, he retired at 24 years old. Less than 2 years later, he came back though. And he got his title back. He beat Johnny Famachon by decision in 1970 in Italy. But then he lost in his first defense, okay? Because he had all that time off. Lost it to Eder Joffrey. Then he retired again for good in 1973. That his name? No, that was Vicente Saldivar. Next up is George Dixon. Okay, George Dixon. Vicente. Keep losing my Earl. I gotta come down some more again. Oh no, I'm doing right. I'm dropping down one at a time. I'm good. This is George Dixon here. Now this is this George was way back there. We're going back into the 1800s. You can see how he's standing, right? George fought from 1886 to 1906, 20 years. George Dixon. Okay. Now, he's worth talking about now. 20 years, George Dixon. Now, get this. What was his name? Jack Johnson was the first black heavyweight champion. But George Dixon was the first black boxing champion, okay? First black world champion in history was him, not Jack Johnson. Now, remember that? Okay. The first black champion was not Jack Johnson. It was George Dixon. Hint. Okay. George Dixon. Now, he reigned for the entire decade of the 1890s. Okay. As champion. But he's hard to evaluate because there's no film or nothing. Okay. From that time period. And the sport was so different, you know. But his greatness still holds up despite the era, because he was just that good, like that, you know. In an era when I'll just say it was very hard to get a championship shot as a black fighter. He was just that good that he won the championship. And it was hard to even get a shot at the championship around that time. He became champion. So that says a lot about his skills right there. But no film or nothing to really evaluate really how good he was. But he ruled for an entire decade of the 1890s, right? The final decade of the 1800s. And like I said, the era he competed in, his accomplishments are difficult to, you know, get the credit that he deserved. But before 1900, he was one of the most difficult fighters to beat. He beat the best men, top guys in his division again and again. But he stayed around too long, okay? And his record was, this is the guy I was talking about. 66 wins, 30 losses, and get this, 57 draws. Now, you know a lot of that was robberies. Ain't nobody gonna have no 57 draws, right? But you know, the era he fought in, you know, most of them was probably wins. You know, the 57 draws tell you right there, right? But you know what I'm saying. Yeah, he had 57 draws, and the 30 losses, he stayed around too long, you know. But that's just is what it is, how it was at that time, you know. Yeah. George Dixon. And no doubt, if there was film of him and everything, everybody would see that he was definitely one of the best to ever do it at the featherweight. George Dixon. Okay. Just for him having a title at the time he had it. And remember, he was the first black world champion in boxing. Okay. Jack Johnson was the first heavyweight. Okay. Now, after George Dixon comes Jim Driscoll. There's Jim. Jimmy Driscoll. Okay. What is Jim number? 8, 9, 10. Jim is number 8. Bear with me for a second, please. I gotta do something right quick. I think I had Jim in another section. Wait a minute, no. Let me check something out. Oh, there it. Okay, I got Jim. That started with Nassim Hamed. That's where I had ran out of paper and I had switched to another book. Remember I was telling you about the big old bulky book? Yeah, Jim is the last one where I ran out of paper in this book. Okay. But he fought 18 years, from 1901 to 1919, Jim Dixon. He had a record of Jim Driscoll, that was George Dixon, Jim Driscoll. Okay, he had 58 wins, just 3 losses. Okay, 6 draws, 39 knockouts. Okay, Jim Driscoll called himself peerless. He lost just one time in his first 59 fights. Okay. He was one of the best fighters to ever come out of Wales, from Cardiff, Wales, right? He got 3 wins over ex-champion George Dixon, who I just talked about. Okay. Had 3 wins over him. But of course, Dixon was a little older and had slowed down there because Driscoll came along a little bit later, like in the 19 teens. But he was really, on his game. But he had wins over Dixon. So this showed how good he was. Now he dominated over there in Europe. Came to the United States and got a win against Abe Attell himself. For some reason, he never fought Attell for the title. It was a non-title, and there was a black eye on the record of Attell, like a duck type thing. Now, the First World War slowed his career down. Yeah. I haven't been paying attention. Yeah, Stan Langford. Yeah, old school. He should have been, definitely should have been a champ. He is known as the best fighter to never win a championship. Stan Langford is. Okay. I don't know if I already did him up. I'm not sure. But the First World War slowed up this guy's career. Jim Driscoll. Yeah, World War I. He was along with Attell, he was the best featherweight in the world in the early 20s. In the early 20s. Mm-hmm. Yep. Jim Driscoll. Okay. Now I gotta go to my other notebook. Ran out of paper now. That's why I got another one. And the next person is Prince Nassim Hamed. Let me get Hassim up here. He was a showman, man. He used to have some ring walks. Wait. Come down there on a flying carpet to the ring. I'm getting ready to get out of the way, phone. I'm getting ready to mess up. Get ready to blow the hole. If I disappear, I'll be back, okay? There go Prince. Remember? He come down there to the ring on a flying carpet and all kinds of stuff. Halloween costume on. Yeah. He had some ring walks. Like Richard Pryor, he had some ring walks for your ass. Okay. Prince Hamed. Now, he fought 10 years, 1992 to 2002. Okay. Only had one loss, 36 wins, one loss, 31 knockouts. Not too bad of a knockout rate. Okay. He British boxer from Sheffield, Yorkshire, United Kingdom. He was one of the biggest stars of his time and one of the most successful champions as well. He held world titles in 2 different weight classes. And at featherweight, he held the WBO, WBC, IBF, and the IBO world titles at different points. He was also the lineal featherweight champion between 1998 and 2001. And he had a total of 15 title defenses. Now, he was known for his unconventional boxing antics and spectacular ring entrances, like I was just saying, which included entering the ring on a flying carpet and a palanquin, as well as reenacting the video of Michael Jackson's Thriller and wearing a Halloween mask. I remember that. I remember the flying carpet, the mask, yeah. And he was also known for his front somersault over the top rope. Remember that? Into the ring. Yep. He did all that. He was quite a character, man, quite a showman. The Prince was, yeah. Yep. Not too long ago, though. He 2002, the modern era. When is the modern era? What is the modern era anyway? I always hear that, the modern era. When exactly is the modern era? Because I don't know. But he fought from 1992 to 2002. Okay. Now, he made his professional debut in 1992 at flyweight. And he was highly athletic, hard-hitting, from his southpaw boxing style. And he had formidable one-punch knockout power. Finished his career with an 84% knockout to win ratio. Retired from boxing in 2002, and he was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2015. We'll finish early today. We'll drop the link early today. Anybody want to chop it up? You come up here and chop it up, or chop it down, whatever. Okay, but we're going to chop it in a few minutes. Last, but certainly not least, is Marco Antonio Barrera. Bear with me for a second. Lost practice. And that's why I can't turn the camera. I got too much stuff up here. Oh Lord, where am I? I thought I did him in the new book. Damn, he ain't in the old notebook that I ran out of paper in. I gotta go back to that. Okay, bear with me. Yeah, I had ran out of paper in one notebook and I started the new one. I thought he was in the new one, but he in the old one. But I'm gonna find Marco Antonio Barrera. Then I can't even halfway read my own handwriting. Oh, here he is. Marco Antonio Barrera. Okay. He fought from 1989 to 2011, 22 years. 22-year career. Okay, Marco Antonio. Okay, bear with me for a second. I used to be looking at my chat on my phone. I done lost that. But that's easy to get back. How many likes I got anyway? I had good likes yesterday. 21. I got 30 one time. We'll get 30. They will hit the bag 300 times tonight. If I get 30 likes, then how many we need? Man. How many we need? Okay. Oh, man. Hey, turn the phone down. Bear with me. Okay, here I come. Stop messing around, Cass. Marco Antonio Barrera. We need 14. Okay. Marco Antonio Barrera. D for the win. Salute. And Marco was born in Mexico, right? Now, throughout his career, he held world titles in 3 different weight classes between 1995 and 2007. From super bantamweight to super featherweight, everything in between. Right? Ain't nothing in between but what? Bantamweight, featherweight. Barrera is well known for his trilogy with fellow Mexican legend Erik Morales, his 2 fights with Manny Pacquiao, and his rivalries with Nassim Hamed and Juan Manuel Marquez. Yeah, all those were good fights. He had 108 amateur fights, winning 104 of them. He was a 5-time Mexican national champion. He won 56 straight fights before his first loss in the amateur ranks. He had an excellent, outstanding amateur career. Yeah. Now, he made his professional debut at 15 years old on November 22nd, 1989. 15. Defeated David Felix by a knockout in the 2nd round. Their first win was the beginning of a 43-fight winning streak before losing his first professional fight, won 43 straight. Now, he won his first professional title in 1992, okay, earning a 12-round decision over Justino Juarez to become the Mexican super flyweight champion, okay. Now, he won his first major title in 1995 when he took the WBO junior featherweight title from Daniel Cobrita. Now, by that time, many people were calling him Mexico's next Julio Cesar Chavez, okay? But after losing that title in 1997, he just suddenly retired. But he returned the following year, okay? And then in October 1998, the year he returned, he became a 2-time world champion, defeating Richie Wetton by a 3rd-round knockout and winning the vacant WBO junior featherweight belt. Okay, I think that was the same one he had. Yeah, that was the same one he had before, WBO junior featherweight, right? So 2-time champion. Now, he was a thinker in the ring. He was light on his feet. He had a pretty boxing style. But he banged with his left hook in a way that harkened back to the great Mexican fighters, okay? Now, he started out as a brawler. But as his career went along, he turned into a boxer. Something kind of like Cotto did. Cotto wasn't quite a brawler, but he was like a pressure fighter. Then he turned more into a boxer later on, right? Big well. Now, Barrera turned into a boxer, but he could still brawl if he had to, right? He could still brawl. Now, Barrera was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2017. Okay, we got like 25 minutes. I'm gonna drop the link in today because I haven't done that in a while. Okay, today is February 28th. Yeah, old school. I got it now. I ain't gonna mess up like I did the other day with the link. I'm gonna have it in there in 2 seconds. My 7-year-old granddaughter showed me how to do it. Ain't that a shame? Nah, just kidding. No, I'm not either. Okay. All right. But everybody doing okay this hump day, Wednesday? The week is all downhill from here. And we got 2 cards Saturday. A big one for Saudi Arabia next Saturday. AJ and Ngannou. I'm going with AJ. Yeah. But hey, like Ann McQueen was saying, it's not far-fetched for Ngannou to pull it off. And Ann McQueen said, you better listen. Okay. Okay, and yeah, Amanda's got the 12 3-minute rounds, so the WBC wouldn't sanction it, so she gave them their belt back, and the IBF, WBA, WBO sanctioned it, and so I'm saying all of them, more than women should start doing that, man, and they start missing those sanctioning fees. They'll come around. The men too. They got to stop falling for anything mean you stand for nothing. But You stand for nothing, you fall for anything. I was kind of backwards, but you know what I mean. And here's the link. I'm still in here today. I don't know. I don't think so. Aunt McQueen is. Old school is. Making sure everything all right. Aunt McQueen put the link in. The other day, I couldn't even get my own link in, and he put it in. Wow. Aunt McQueen is a bad dude, man. There it is. Whoops, there it is. Okay. Now say that one don't work. You can bet the farm on that link. All right. But what's happening? I think we got Raymond Ford this weekend. Yeah. And I think we got another couple championship fights. I think Ray Vargas and Nick Ball. I might be getting my weekends mixed up. I would put my cast back up there. I'm scared to touch anything. I'm just gonna leave it like that. So all I gotta do is erase that. Okay. There you go, guys. Come on. I can put my ring back up there. I'm good. I know what I'm doing. And don't forget, the inaugural Cast Sports History Contest is next week. It's a great prize. I won it myself. I'm serious. But I might give it to the winner. I don't know. But the contest is next. Now I'm going to give it to you. The contest is next week to review. 20 questions, 4 different sections. We have the 5 questions for each section. The promotional company / sanctioning body section is 5 questions. Then we have the 4 Kings section, it's 5 questions. Then the next section is things that happened between the 1920s and the 1900 and 1959. And then the final portion is 5 questions on the 1960 through 1999. And if we don't have a winner, if it's a tie after the first 20 questions, I got bonus questions. We're going to have a winner. Wednesday, March 6th. I've been talking about this for a minute, and now it's here, a week from today. The Cast Sports inaugural history contest, or test, or whatever you want to call it. It's next Wednesday at 2 o'clock. By the time I get off the air, we're going to have a winner. We're going to have a winner. Who will it be? It will be somebody. Just have to have been in at least 10 live. All of y'all have. I just don't want somebody coming in for the first time and winning the prize, man. No, you got to been in at least 10. All of y'all been in damn near all. I did 104, been in damn near all of them. Okay. It'll probably be the same people, in here now. But yeah, that's next Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Be here. I might win it. Nah. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? I'm the one with the questions. Y'all would run me out of town. Oh, let me get my comments back up here. Let me see. Oh, Lord. Let me see. There we go. Yeah. Tim Layton in the building. What's the loot, Tim Layton? What's happening, Tim? Tim, did you hear that the test is finally here, man? Next Wednesday, March 6th. Yeah. We have arrived. Got the questions laid out already. Yeah. Got the questions laid out already. They're easy. Anything I've said in here, that's what's on the test, that's all. Yeah. And we've all talked about the things, in the chat and up here on the panel. We have all discussed these things. So it's going to be fun. A lot of fun. So what's going on around the world of boxing, though? Lot going on. No more word on Canelo. We had the big press conference yesterday between Devin and Ryan. Okay. I still didn't watch it because it was on my show yesterday, and so many people was talking about how weak it was. I said I ain't even gonna waste my time. D for the West said it almost turned him off against the fight. Remo said he walked out, he left out of it, came back in here. So I didn't even waste my time going over there and watch it, man. Nope. Because I didn't figure it was worth it. I didn't even know Tim Layton had come into the building. What's up, Tim? How are you today? All good. Tim Layton hashtag JBT, that is. Yeah. Of course, we had the Rebo this morning. I was in there. Remo interviewed I didn't even hit the like myself. It's terrible. Man. That got like 15 minutes left in the show, and I'm just hitting the like. That's ridiculous. Got the most I had on the wall yesterday. But it's all good. Wednesday. Got my regulars in here. Did you say old school? Amazon. Oh, let me look at the phone. I can't even see that. My bad. I got 4 eyes and it still can't see. Now, much better. Old school. It amazes to me how people can hate on PBC after the past year fights they have given us. True statement, old school. Yeah. Some people just gonna hate on PBC. They'd have had them going out of business ever since they came into business. Remember, every other month somebody's saying they're going out of business. Yet they still putting on all these good fights. How long they been around? Almost 10 years now. Well, like 2015 or something like that. Still going strong. Got the face of boxing. Waiting on him. Boot. The Growth. Well, the Growth just fought in the, what did she fight? MMA or one of those things. Mixed martial arts things. And she just won. She won her fight last week, right? Or was it Saturday? Yeah. I read somewhere she won her fight. You're right, old school. PBC is the only one giving us the fights we want. The only one. The rest of them is bluff, especially Oscar. Oscar putting people in the ring with aneurysms and stuff. Right? Oscar putting guys in the ring with aneurysms. Yeah. Eddie. I don't know what Eddie's doing. Okay. Eddie been giving us some decent, Eddie's giving us AJ and Nagano, right? But that ain't decent against the guy making his second fight. I don't know. He almost beat the heavyweight champion, so hey, he deserves it. Right? Yeah. Didn't he win on one card? Wasn't it a split decision? He won on one judge's card, I believe. So, hey. It's next Friday. I'm looking forward to it. Very intriguing fight, Will AJ step up and do him bad? Will Nagano hang in there and pull the upset? Very intriguing. And it's next Friday. That fight came around so fast, man. I remember when they were just talking about AJ and Nagano fighting, right? And now it's next week. I was thinking it was this week. And remember, we got 3 good fights on ProBox tonight. 3 good fights, man. We got 2 guys in there with 50 wins between them. That's 3 losses. Neither one of them used to losing. That's Justin Pardo and Miguel. But I talked about it in the opening. And we got these 2 knockout guys in there. God damn. Both of them over 90% knockout rate. That's Najee Lopez. 9 fights, 8 knockouts. Marcos Escudero, 14-2, 12 knockouts. Both of them coming off of 3rd round knockouts in their last outing. So I tell you, get your popcorn before that one starts and be sitting down, because you might go in the kitchen and come back. It might be over, man. And then we got the other one should be pretty good too. I'm not gonna say his name. Endbaatar Erdenebat. Dinglebat or something like that. I don't know. He's fighting. Well, I'm not. I'll put it in the chat. That's the third fight. But yeah, Pro Box. Pro Box is always good, man. Ant McQueen and Thomas Hill put me down with it. I've been on it ever since. Yeah. Every other Wednesday. It was on Friday the last time, but now it's back on Wednesday again. Yeah. Always good. Good matchups too. You're never in there with a fight where you know who's gonna win and all that type of nonsense on Pro Box. Yeah, good matchmaking. Yeah. One thing I can say. And excellent commentating between Paulie Malignaggi and damn. I see the guy. I know the guys now. I can't never say the other guy, but they are excellent, man. They say what's happening in the ring. You know, you don't see one guy land 10 punches and the other guy land one, and then all it's showing the highlights is that one punch that one guy landed. They don't show none of the 10. They don't do that over there on Pro Box. They call what's happening and they show what's happening. I love it, man. They need to be on one of the big. No, they need to get it. They need to be right where they at. Keep right on Pro Box and keep us entertained over there. When they get on one of the big ones, they're gonna want them to push their agenda. You know, Paulie ain't gonna do that. Paulie wouldn't last long. Paulie ain't pushing no agendas. Paulie gonna tell it like it T.I. is. That's one thing about him. You might not like him, but Paulie gonna tell it like it is. All the time. Not some of the time, all the time. But they do an excellent job on Pro. What's the other guy's name? Yeah. If you're still in your ad, put it in the chat, man. The other guy's name. There's Justin James. It's Chris something. Chris something. Yeah, but that's the other announcer. It used to be a fight. The Fort Earl. I can never remember his name. But they are excellent on Pro Box. That's part of the attraction of it to me. The good commentating. Yeah. I don't know if all these hardcores in here are down with Pro Box. But that's the third fight right there. I can't pronounce their names. I'm not even going to butcher these guys' names, okay? I think. I didn't even put the verse in there. Okay, there's Ant right there. Okay. There we go. There's Ant right there. Yeah. What's his name, Ant? The other. Did you make it up, Ant? I think Ant came up. He might be preoccupied at the moment. Salute Ant McQueen. Attentive Ant. Yeah, Chris Algieri. Right, thank you, Remo. Chris Algieri. It should be a versus in between the second and third names on there. Chris Algieri, yeah, that's him. Him and Paulie do an excellent job. Ant must have came up and got another call or something. Yeah. Paulie Malignaggi and Chris Algieri, that's them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's tonight. Check them out. I like that second one. That might be far worse. And that's in the light heavyweight division. The first one is I think it's lightweight, 135. Aldo and Maduo. Yeah, lightweight. Najee Lopez and Escudero is light heavyweight. And the third fight that's in the chat, they are what are they? Oh man. I didn't even write down what they are. I'm sorry. I don't know. My bad. But it's gonna be a good fight nonetheless. But I like the second one. Two heavy hitters, both coming off the third round knockouts, and they meet up tonight. I think both the knockout rates are over 90 or pretty close to it. Yeah. With great action. Okay. What'd you say, old school? They got my guy George Jakovic. doing interviews on Pro Box with Paulie and Chris. Okay, yeah. You're right, old school. Sure, he does a good job, excellent job too. Pro Box is just a very good operation, man. A lot of people think it's like some kind of small time, second rate thing, but hey, man, it's first rate. It's a very good operation.
Yes, it is.
Isn't it, Ant? A lot of people sleeping on it. Man. I was before you and Thomas Hill put me down with it. Yeah, but Remo put it in the chat, Chris Algeri. Right. Yeah. And it's tonight. Isn't it like some other cards? But they don't show them, do they? Some other fights. I know it like those three will be the ones that we see. I thought it was like 5 of them or something. Something like that. You in here, Ant? Oh, Ant must get
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. I'm on my laptop right now.
Oh, how many fights is it, Ant? I know it's those main 3 that I talked about, but isn't there some other ones that we don't get to see or something?
Well, on the Pro Box card?
Yeah, Pro Box card. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm about to see. Let's look.
Okay.
Let's look.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, old school says Pro Box has good fights, and yeah. Excellent matchups and stuff, man. Good matchmaking. I do too, old school. I look forward to it. I wish it was every week, But hey, we got to take what we get,
Right.
We got 2 cards Saturday. Yeah.
I think it's imperative to have platforms like Pro Box too.
Yeah.
Because with these guys that are on here, they perform well on this platform, and then they move on, to Top Rank or PBC, Matchroom, one of the bigger platforms, and next thing you know, boom, they've cultivated a following. Like right now, I could see Najee Lopez eventually going on and challenging one of these guys at one of those other platforms at 175. And it's important to build these guys up so then by the time we do see him, we're not like, who is this guy?
And that guy, what's his name, Angelo Leo or something like he's about ready now.
Leo, yep.
What is he, like a lightweight or something like that down there? I think he used to be a champion. He lost to the Cool Boy. He's like junior featherweight, something like that. Yeah.
But looking right now, the guys that they have in the main event, one guy is 17-1, the other guy is 30-2.
Yeah. Yeah, like this one tonight, man. They got 50 wins between them and with just 3 losses. And that second fight should be good too. Lopez and Escudero. Yeah. That might be the best one of the night, maybe. Yeah, Najee Lopez. Yeah, light heavyweights. What is I didn't write down what the 3 the names I put in the chat. I don't know what weight class they are. You know what weight class they are? You're not looking. I can look it up real quick.
I don't know. I got to look at the rest of the card. I'm trying to find the rest of the card. I have it up. They have the main event on here.
Yeah.
But they don't have the...
I know.
I'm pretty sure they have it somewhere.
I always have a hard time pulling Pro Box up. You got to work.
I'll tell you what, though. One of these days, I'm going to have to take a trip down there to Plant City.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Yep.
What part of Florida is that anyway? I have no idea where that is. Plant City, Florida.
Plant City, I don't even know. I hadn't heard of it until Pro Box.
Me neither.
Let's see.
I hadn't either. Nope.
I don't even know what region. Oh, okay. Plant City is in Central Florida.
Oh, Central.
Near Central Florida.
Okay.
It's part of the Tampa Bay area. So.
Oh, okay. That's down there where Tampa Tommy area.
Yep.
He said he went to the fight last week.
Yeah, that was at the Caribe Royale or whatever the name of that venue was.
If I was down there, I would go to some Pro Box events.
Likewise, I would be there regularly. I'd be a staple in that place. You see me all the time.
No doubt.
Every other Wednesday, and then the tickets aren't
exactly
crazy expensive either. Yeah,
that's right. Yep. Yeah, Plant City. Then they have some of those guys be local guys that in the other fights.
Right.
One of those guys that was on there fought on one of the big promotional company cars a few weeks back and got knocked out. I forgot his name. I had seen him on Pro Box before. He got knocked out in the first round. I can't remember his name.
Like I'm looking at the seating chart right now, and you can sit damn near. You can sit damn near ringside for $50.
Yeah, I would be there tonight if I lived down there.
You feel me?
Like 2 hours driving distance, I would be there.
They've got 2 tiers. They got 2 tiers for the pricing. If you sit all the way at ringside, it's $110. Everything else is $50. Anywhere you want to sit, $50.
Wow,
can't beat that.
Not bad at all.
And you get quality fights.
Boxing, man. Good boxing too. Yeah, that second fight is going to be worth it itself tonight.
Oh yeah. And I'm not sure if you've seen now they've added to the broadcasting team too to the color commentary, because it's typically Chris Algieri and Paulie Maldonado, but now they just added Juan Manuel Marquez too. So I'm curious.
Marquez is
curious to see if he's gonna be joining in with them doing English, or if he's gonna be doing like the set, handling the Spanish translation or what have you for the Hispanic fan.
I heard somewhere he had a promotional company too. No, not him. Oh, that was Koto, right?
Yeah, Kodo. I saw that.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's when I heard it when you told me the other day.
They broadcast the fights on YouTube.
Okay, right, yeah. That was the first I had heard of that. Yeah, Kodo.
You got a lot of boxing taking place right now on YouTube, and I think that's why it's important for us to get familiar, you know what I mean, and get acclimated with some of these promoters that are putting on these cards, because again, these are where the future stars or the guys who are looking to regain their footing. This is where they are.
Some of them are, Some of them going to make it back. And some of the young ones going to make it, We get an early look at them.
Quite a few of these guys are damn good fighters. And then, again, I think that the more that we educate ourselves as fans, the more let down we are, right? Because then when you have one guy who's the overwhelming favorite just based off of popularity, and then you're looking at the other guy like he's supposed to just get dusted off because nobody's ever heard of him, but then you come to find out that this guy has an extensive amateur background, which medalist at the Olympics. Like, that's a travesty that you have quality fighters that people have no idea who these guys are. Right? So then we're looking at like, oh, this guy's struggling with a bum. Like, no, he's not a bum. We just haven't heard of him.
Yeah, because they're pushing a certain narrative, But I try to go back and look at everything, to get around that. I don't just take the word that this guy's supposed to be so much better than the other guy. I look at both of them, no matter who they are, before they get in there. Try to, anyway. Yeah. But that's going to be good tonight, Pro Box. I wish it was every week, but I don't know. It's every other week, so that's good enough for now. Maybe they might, pick it up eventually or something. How long has they been doing Pro Box, How long has that been a thing? Pro Box.
It's been going on for quite some time now. It's been going on for quite some time, yeah. I remember before they started showing fights, originally it was somewhat of a, I guess, similar to the JBT, where they were just talking about whatever events were taking place in boxing at the time.
Okay.
It's just almost like a news outlet, like a boxing news outlet, where they would talk about potential fights and whatever fights were scheduled amongst all of the big promoters. And then they started to get involved with matchmaking and events themselves, and now here we are.
Yeah, they had a plan.
Yep.
Yep. You probably can expect more from him eventually. You know. Yeah.
Ooh, you could even get tickets. You could even get tickets for $25 at the Pro Box.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. That's not bad. For good professional boxing, the caliber of boxing that you get, $25. Can't beat that.
I'd be there. I'd be there every other week.
I would too.
That would be a ritual right there for me. Every other Wednesday, I'm here. Like,
I would too. No question about it. Definitely tonight.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Yeah.
You think we see a knockout tonight? Because the one guy, the one who's 30-2, he's got 28 KOs.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think so. Between one of these fights. And the second one, Lopez and Escudero, they both got pretty high percentages, you know. Lopez got 8 and 9 wins. Escudero's won 14, 12 of them been knockouts. And they both coming off third round knockouts, you know. But, you know, not against each other, so you always got to consider that. But I think we will tonight. One of these fights. Yeah. I think we will.
And these guys will likely be looking to prove themselves as well, so.
Yeah, Moduno, he has 28. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, our guy, he's in the what's the name? He's in the penultimate fight.
Who is that?
Najee Lopez.
Oh, Najee, yeah.
Yeah. He's in that second to last fight. 10 rounder for the young Najee Lopez.
Yeah. That could be the main event. But they got a good main event too. That's Pauldo and Moduno. That's the guy with the 28 knockouts, you know.
The guy that Najee is fighting, you know, he appears to have some pretty good power too.
Yeah.
12 KOs in 14 fights.
Yeah, that's the one. He's coming off a third round stoppage. Yeah. I don't know when it was or who it was against, but yeah.
And the one in the fight before that, I see he got one in the first round, and before that, he got one in the second. So right now, he's on a 4-fight KO streak.
Yeah, all three of them should be good.
Should be
good fights. Oh, he's on a 4-fight KO streak. Okay.
Yep. Well, one of the technical knockouts, they say it happened because of the weather, so I'm assuming that it was an outdoor event.
Okay.
He had the loss. He got the decision. No, but he has lost. He's lost twice.
Oh, you talking about? I was talking about the 1-8. No, you talking about the other guy? Okay. Yeah, he got 2. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he got 2. One by KO, one by split decision.
That should be
to the same opponent too. This guy Joseph George.
Oh, okay. Same opponent.
Same opponent. He lost to him by split decision. Lost to him by KO.
Wow. That's interesting.
And that guy's got a solid record as well. He's 12-1. So maybe we could see him on Pro Box if he hasn't been on there already.
Yeah, this is Najee's third time on Pro Box, I think.
Yeah, I've seen him on there quite a few times. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen him on there. He's definitely, you know, he seems to be a what do you call it? Like a flagship.
Yeah. He's moving in the right direction too.
Oh no, all of these fights except for one have been on Pro Box, I see.
Okay.
Yeah, one fight that was in Atlanta, but all of the rest of them Plant City. Oh,
that's
2.
Pro Box.
Yeah, that's Pro Box for sure.
Yeah.
And they've been moving him against pretty good competition too.
Mm-hmm.
One guy 3-1, another guy 23-6, another guy 6-1, 1-0, 23-16, 16-13, 7-3, 7-0, 14-2. So the vast majority of the guys that he hasn't fought anybody with a losing record as of yet, except for his first fight. The first guy was 0-1. But everybody else had a winning record, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I think Escudero is probably supposed to be his toughest test, right? Coming up tonight. Escudero.
Quite possibly, definitely on paper. Yeah, 14-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the knockouts. That's what I'm looking at. The power.
Yeah.
It may be the biggest puncher he's faced thus far. That what's-name fight was pretty good too. That fight that he had against Wheeler.
Oh yeah.
A couple of pro boxes ago. That got Wheeler.
Yeah, that was I think that was a week before they didn't have it. They went to Friday, I think. The week before that, wasn't it? Somewhere around in there.
Yeah, well, that was in October when he had that one. That was October.
Oh, you talking about that one? Okay.
Yeah. Najee Lopez, and it was a couple
more recent. Yeah. I might have missed that one.
The Wheeler fight was pretty good because Wheeler gave him some resistance, and then once Najee landed the shot that turned the tide, it was all she wrote after that.
It was over.
He just completely seized the momentum and dispatched him. But Wheeler did a tremendous job though. He gave a great account of himself. So
yeah, that's good for Najee too, though. Face a little adversity or something.
Oh yeah, definitely gotta have that because you don't want to build the guy up and then you get him in a position where he hasn't faced any adversity and now he doesn't know how to handle it. So it's better to get that out the way early on.
Yeah.
Now, Teddy Atlas used to always talk about the old timers and how they would always say a guy shouldn't be fighting for a world title unless he's taking a loss first.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people, some older guys say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we just think everybody's supposed to be undefeated. Or
I know. Yeah. If you lose, then you're not worthy of a title shot anymore. If you get one loss, that's it.
Right.
You're trash.
You got to go all the way to the back of the line now. It's like,
that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Yep.
Little to no room for redemption. Like, hey, let me go through some things and figure it out.
Yeah. And then that make the fighters not want to. That's why they don't want to face each other too early. They get that loss. They know what's going to be said about them and everything.
Absolutely. And then the other thing too is what that does to somebody's psyche.
Yeah.
You just overly concerned, and then now you take a loss and you feel like you aren't everything that you.
That's right.
You said you were, and now you start having imposter syndrome, like, oh, maybe I'm really not that guy, or I'm not that good, and all that doubt and performance anxiety.
Better, Supposed to use that loss as motivation and get better, But a lot of them don't think that way. Loss can be good.
Absolutely, a loss can be great, right? And even being exposed, right? We look at exposure as a bad thing. No, exposure is a great thing. It's a great thing, or it has the potential to be a great thing.
Use it right, yeah.
Like if you struggle with defending a particular punch, like Andre Ward early on in his career, he was having struggles defending the uppercut. He talked about this documentary, and he got clipped by Darnell Boone in his 6th fight.
Okay.
And then after that, what did he do? He got in the gym with Virgil, and he learned how to defend an uppercut. He rectified it.
If that hadn't happened, he might not have never done that. If that hadn't happened.
Nope.
Yeah. So that was good.
He might have got to the biggest stage in his career.
Yeah, then it happened.
Now you have all these expectations, and then bam. It's like, we told y'all he was never that.
Ready for it. Yeah.
But instead, it happened early on. He still won the fight. But he was able to correct it. Work on some things.
Yep.
That's the beautiful thing about exposure. So exposure doesn't have to be a death sentence.
No. It can be good. It can be something needed to happen. You should be glad it happened,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, Aunt. It's about that time to ease on down the road. Yeah. Well, you know, the test is next Wednesday, a week from today. Yes. The exam. March 6th.
Which exam is that?
You didn't. You wasn't in here. Yeah, it's having a contest next week. 20 questions.
20 questions.
Sections. It's going to be 4 sections. 5 questions on promotional companies and sanctioning bodies. 5 questions on the 4 kings. 5 questions on the 1900s to the 1950s, and the last 5 will be on the 1960s to the 1990s. Yeah. First part, whoever gets the most right will win a nice prize. Yeah, that's Wednesday, March 6th. The Cast Sports inaugural history contest. Ever on something that I've said in one of my lives in the past. Mm-hmm. Next Wednesday. Yeah, you must not have been in here. Yeah.
Well, I was chasing behind one of my kids, likely my son.
Yeah, okay.
Because I was in here for a little minute in the chat. That's why it took me a little while for me to turn my mic off, because I'm over here fussing at this guy.
Remo said you would probably win it.
Oh, no, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I'm still learning, man. I'm still learning.
Me too.
Learning.
Too. I'm learning lots of stuff. Like, there's super and like they call a weight class a super featherweight or a junior lightweight. I didn't know that's according to certain sanctioning bodies call it different things. I did not know that at all. Yeah. But okay, we'll do it again tomorrow at 2.
All right, tomorrow at 2 it is.
Yeah. All right, then. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
All righty. Okay. I lost my page for a minute there. I was going to run down who came by today. Oh, there we go. 28. Tim Layton, hashtag JBT. B Unboxing News. D for the win. William O. School of Rant. Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT. Mike Masick. Bruce Gass. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. Remo, hashtag JBT. And Aunt McQueen up on the panel today. Appreciate attentive Aunt McQueen. Another Cast Sports in the books. Appreciate everybody. Don't forget, the Cast Sports History Contest is next Wednesday, March 6th. Be here for that. First place takes home a nice prize. Very nice prize. I'm thinking about keeping it myself and giving the winner my old one. No, I wouldn't do that. Okay. But I'm out. Everybody have a great rest of the afternoon. I'll see you at Just Dudes in the Hangout Rise podcast somewhere later on today, I'm sure. Peace out, everybody.